Say, wave at the camera. Wave, wave, wave. Hello and welcome to Mrs. Morrison's channel. My name's Johnny and this is my son Brandon. And just before air, we realised that we didn't have Brandon's dummy. And if we wanted to have a live stream, peaceable live stream with our fully awake son, one of the things we were definitely going to need, obviously with apart from nappy change, which was about 30 seconds before the live, we were also going to have a bottle, and we're also going to definitely need his dummy. So thank you so much. We are going to go live. We are welcome to the stream, Kit Vlogs and RNA Legacy. How are you doing? It has been a bit of a mad one. So I've had some major issues with all of my technology. So we're hoping that this is going to go out as just normal stream. And yes, son. Yeah, we're hoping that it's going to go out as a... yeah, okay. So is this a normal thing, guys? Because obviously we've got two people in the stream. We have Kit Vlogs and RNA. You guys obviously are parents. Is this normal for your children to want to rip your ears off with their fingers? Is this normal behaviour? Because I do believe that my son likes ripping my ears. And, okay, yeah. So, yes, hello, 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 welcome, 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 guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to be chilling out today, but my wife will be here. Mrs. Morrison will soon be here. Alas, it is because she is looking for his dummy. We have no idea where it is currently. So, thank you so much. Hey Ray, hello, hello. How are you doing? So, thank you so much. Oh, what's up in there? And also Jesse Miller unboxing. Hello, hello, hello. Our daughter tries to take our noses off. He hasn't gone to the nose yet. Thankfully, has not gone yet to the nose. Yet, perfectly normal. Watch out for the eyes and nose as well. Right, okay, so I'm keeping that in mind. I'm focusing on that. My boy, so big now. Hey, Adam Smasher, how are you? Oh my goodness. Do you know, it's funny. You have been a great supporter of my wife's channel for forever. So, do you know the Adam Smasher? Did you not find the dummy? Mm-mm. Oh dear. So, presenting to you, the amazing, the wonderful Mrs. Morrison is in the building.
Hello everyone. I am stressed. I'm stressed because his dummy was here like 5 minutes ago and I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Don't worry.
I've stripped the place. Where's your dummy, Bubba?
What's that? It's my dirt. What's that? My derm on my eyes and Curtis beard. I don't get that. Is that something is that another conversation that I've missed? It's my derm on my
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, who's in the house? Because I need to say hello to your Kit Vlogs, RNA Legacy, Jesse Miller,
yes.
Unboxings and more. Hello, hello.
Adam Smasher.
The Adam Smasher Multiverse.
Yes.
Hello everyone. Hi, I'm so sorry. I'm stressed. I'm stressed.
We know the dummy is somewhere around here. So obviously when he starts to get a little bit more grisly, because obviously he's teething, as the grisliness increases as the evening goes on, we will definitely need to find the dummy.
What stresses me out more is that we've only got one dummy.
Yeah, we need to have dummies and emergency dummies and emergency last line of defense dummies as well. But we don't, because he's got a favourite and that's it. He uses that.
Yeah.
So LOL y'all, stress. Believe me, I can relate. Yes. You said about Brandon pulling your ears. It's my dermal.
It's my dermal, my eyes, and Curtis beard.
What's dermal?
We still don't get that.
I understand eyes and beard. What rhymes with dermal? Thermal.
Yeah, but I don't think that might just be like a autocorrect.
Okay.
It's my
Hold on, just got laid off again and dropped my classes. Quarantine has been rough. Oh man, that is harsh.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry to hear that. It does. To be completely honest with you, so just to quickly let you know, the thumbnail to this live is from the thumbnail that we used when we went live on Sunday. So sorry. We are talking about quarantine.
Quarantine and relationships. It's just yeah, we've had technical issues again.
Oh, is a dermal a face piercing? You have a face?
Yeah, it's there,
piercing?
isn't it? You've got one there.
Really?
I think she's got a
I
piercing
didn't notice
there.
that. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so you've definitely got to be worried about babies pulling out, those kind of things. That's been very painful. But Adam, I'm really, really sorry about that. I mean, to be honest with you, the quarantine, we're going to be talking about that today. In fact, you guys, we're all going to be sharing, discussing. We're going to be talking about all those kind of things because it's affected so many people. I don't think anyone hasn't been affected by the quarantine in one way or another, whether it be just the way in which you're having to change the way you work, who would have, if you had said to someone 5 years ago that 5 years from now, pretty much the whole world is going to shut off and we're going to be all wearing face masks and
have to distance ourselves from
from loved
parents
ones,
can't even cuddle you or hold your baby.
Who would have thought that would ever have happened? But then the second part of our title is about relationships, because when you think, how has this affected just regular relationships? I'm not just talking about husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. I'm talking about just in general how it's affected the way in which we interact, because for a long time physical connections were gone. You had to do Zoom meetings or do video calls with your friends and loved ones, and that must have put a bit of pressure on relationships. I mean, I'd love to know what your opinions are on it, because we're coming nearer to the end of it now, and that is my charger, my son. Let me pull that over there, and then I think my battery's charged now, so it should be all right. Yes.
Because obviously you're spending a lot more time with whoever you live with.
Yeah.
I think the benefits of it is obviously that Brandon's had both his parents here and we've got to see everything. So
yeah.
Johnny's got to witness the first time he crawls, the first time he says dad, the first time he says mum.
Yeah.
And I think as a parent you always think you don't want to miss that.
No. But what's your experiences, guys? This is what we'd love to know. We'd love to know what your experiences are, especially when it comes to, quite a few relationships have ended, unfortunately. Lots of friendships have been splintered. Things that you take for granted. I know that some countries are different. Some countries are still on lockdown. India, for my friends that are in India right now, it is really serious what's going on over there. And I believe that 6 million people now have actually died from the coronavirus.
6 million.
6 million people, or I don't know if it's died or have been confirmed as contracting. It's been absolutely crazy. So I'd love to know your opinions on how things have been with your relationships. Okay, son.
Oh, okay. So Adam Smasher, dummies for teething. We give him the dummy. He is teething, but he has a dummy because if you're from America, pacifier.
Pacifier.
They call him a pacifier.
Okay.
It's just basically to calm them down. If he's making noise, put the dummy in and he quietens down. If he's sleepy, put the dummy in and he goes off to sleep. It's just a very soothing, calming thing for a baby. But,
yeah. So what do you think?
I feel you. I'm an extrovert and I've been good with alone time, but no work.
Yeah.
And online college has isolated me from my friend groups and forgot how much I loved and thrived with hanging out.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. We didn't realise. We took it for granted before because it was just our everyday.
In my face. Nice one, son.
Oh, yeah, okay, Papa. Sneezing in Daddy's face.
So I'm trying to upkeep my sanity by calling them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is one thing,
Yeah.
obviously it was just normal for us to be able to go out and hang out with people, and we never thought we'd be in a situation where that wasn't allowed to, happen. That wasn't normal. And I think now we're kind of appreciative of what we had, looking forward to getting back to it.
Yeah.
And but I do think that obviously things like video calls and contacting people because you can't see them, that I feel like this has given us a push to take it that step further. There's no reason why we couldn't have done this before. There's people that we don't see a lot and we still don't contact them, but now that there's COVID, we're like, oh, I must contact them and say hello. And well, I just feel like it's kind of given us a push in the right direction there.
I mean, I don't think it's all been doom and gloom. I know it's obviously the news will make it seem that way, but there's been lots of things that have actually improved. Like you said, connections. Before you might not phone someone, now you think, oh, let me give them a video call, or let me phone people. It has checked. I think that the actual quarantine, the actual pandemic, has had good and bad. And I think in man's history, some amazing things happen when really horrible things happen. And I think that this is another perfect example where communities now, initially could potentially have gone, wrong, have gone the other way. And there are things that, our neighbours, we talk a lot more to our neighbours now because obviously we have to, in a way, because they're closer to us in proximity to our actual friends. YouTube, I mean, how many of you guys have been really been focused on YouTube as a result of maybe not working, maybe not at school. You've been able to get more creativity. I mean, how have you been? It'd be really interesting to know how you've been able to navigate your relationships and quarantine.
Hey, Old School Patricia.
Old School Patricia, hello.
How
Welcome.
are you? Thank you for coming in. Guys, if you haven't clicked that like button, please do.
Yes, please. If you could hit that, smash that like button.
Smash that button.
And share us out, guys. We're having an online discussion. For us, Ray has been the one mainly working, and me with the babies. But we can't even go outside as much. But as a couple, nothing has really changed. We have always been close.
That's
That is really lovely.
And you've been married for what, 8 years? Was it?
It said 9 years.
I thought it said 8 years in the video.
Can I just say, RNA, whether it is Ray or Anissa, your latest video is really funny. I just loved.
We just watched it on
We
TV.
watched it. Yeah, I got my times wrong. So Sarah will say. I said to Sarah, make sure you remind me at 7 o'clock our time. You guys are going up. And I actually said to her, tell me if it's a premiere or if it's just a release of a video. And then she said, their video's been up an hour, so I got the hours wrong. And Ray told me this morning, and I thought to myself, it's 7 o'clock in my head, when actually it's 6 o'clock. But we watched it. Thank you. It was really funny. Sarah, you wanted to do the same video, didn't you?
Yeah, I've wanted to do that video for a while. I said to Johnny, it's a shame we didn't know you were doing that because we could have collabed.
Yeah, and
I wanted to do that. Who knows me best? But every time I ask, my sister can't be bothered to do it. My brother doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
And I think I would lose, to be totally honest with you, because your sister would definitely know. I mean, maybe modern questions, maybe I'd know, but I think the older questions, she'd know. There's only how many months between you?
There's 18 months. Yes,
there's only 18 months between you. Two have grown up like twins in a sense. You're very close in that way, so she would know you a lot more. Maybe obviously now since we've been together, there's things that she wouldn't know, but a lot of the things that some of the questions that they asked, I probably would have got wrong.
Anissa. It's Anissa.
Okay, hi Anissa.
COVID stopped me from going to school at the moment. 8 years married. But
yeah,
thank you for
8 years.
It.
Okay.
And we could have. Yeah. Next time you want to do something fun like that, let us know, and we'll see if it's something that we're gonna we could do too.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cool. COVID stopped you from going to school. Do you know what?
Wow.
I went to the park today. I took Brandon for a walk today, and I didn't take him on the park, but we just went for a walk there.
Yeah.
And it was really, really busy. I think people just don't care so much anymore. I feel him. He ain't going nowhere. I've been writing a lot of music. I write songs.
Oh wow. And
do you do the actual music or do you write lyrics?
Read the rest.
It really helps me stay positive by getting my feelings off my chest. Prayer, meditation and loads of workouts with my siblings has helped as well.
That's really
I agree.
Good. That's really good.
Prayer, meditation.
Yeah.
Not so much the workouts, I can't be bothered with that.
I think what you have to do is you have to keep yourself active, because if you are going to be isolated, the first thing that goes is your mental capacity. You want to keep yourself up. You've got to try your very best to keep yourself positive, whatever that means, whatever you can do to keep yourself positive. For some it will be exercise, for you it's creativity. For me it was YouTube. I know that sounds weird, it sounds silly, but for me, to keep my mind active and keep me focused on something, I just focus into YouTube, which is why I ended up with the channel that I have. Because not being able to go out and do lots of things, I was still able to be creative. So I think that was really, really a good thing to do.
I mean, yeah, it has had a lot of positives, but obviously there are negative. Like, we have grated on each other as well. I'm sure that's happened a lot.
Yeah,
there has been some, it's not all good. I mean, it'd be great if we could have gone out more.
Yeah.
I feel like my channel has suffered a bit because I don't just solely. If I was like a cleaning and organising channel, happy days. I'm stuck at there are some people that their videos are always at home. But for me... Hi Linda! Thank you for coming by!
Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to our dulcet tones about quarantine and relationships. We are talking about how it affects us, how it affects you guys. We'd love to know what strategies do you have. I know that Adam Smasher talks about prayer, meditation. He writes music. That's what he's done to keep himself focused. What about your channel, Adam? How have you been doing? How's your channel going? Are you still focused on that? Are you still focused on creating content? Is it something that you would consider doing? I mean, how is that? Is that something that maybe you would do as well? Old School Patricia, I love your channel, Mr. Johnny. I see a great future for your channel. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. It's a long way and it's going to take a lot of hard work. I think it's not going to be something that will just come into my lap. I did that, lap. I was meant to say lap. It's not something that's going to just fall in my... I think we do need to, you work hard, and if if the subscribers like what they see, they'll hang out with you. So Linda Frank V, she said exercise. Yeah, we saw your exercise video. We saw your exercise video in your living room. Yes. What's I say? Yeah, mostly rap and stuff. It's on my rap channel. Okay.
I don't know what that. You'll have to tell me what that channel is. Don't drop the link, but just tell us what it's called, and we'll look.
Got an EP coming out in December, which will be my first commercial project. That's one precious moment of victory. Wow, fantastic! Oh my goodness, that is amazing. That is really good. So literally, that's creativity. I believe that this year has been a difficult year for lots of things, but I think one of the things that has definitely come out is creativity. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to quickly leave to try and find his pacifier, because I know that it must be somewhere. So let me quickly find it.
Mind my drink.
I will mind your. We continue to talk.
Right. So yeah. So what was I going to say? I was going to ask Adam Smasher something. So you write the lyrics then? Because I've been writing music for years and years, but not music, just the lyrics. And the thing is, I've stopped now because I don't see the point in writing songs that aren't going anywhere, and I don't have music to kind of show anyone what they're all about. But I would have loved to have got my songs actually. I run 3 channels. Oh wow! Hey, I run 3 channels, but this is my main. I'm still working in the background on a comeback. Okay, that's cool. That's great. I'd like to know what your music channel is though, so I can. Oh, you didn't find it, so that I can check it out, listen to some of your music that you've written. That'd be really cool. So just let me know what it is. Yeah. So who else? So who's here? We've got 11 people in the chat. 6 likes. So if you haven't smashed the thumbs up, do that please. Love your channel, by the way, especially how homely. Oh, thank you. Do you know what? I actually, when Johnny said that you'd been watching my channel for a long time, I was trying to like remember. Now I've seen your profile picture. I remember because you used to always comment on Johnny as well, and you used to like leave comments and messages for Johnny. So are you following Mr. John 25? I'm going like this, but he's not even here. Old School Patricia, your voice is beautiful, Mrs. Morrison. I watched one of your videos. Thank you. Did you find it?
No, I'm still looking. We're still looking for.
I think I had it in the bedroom. That's the thing. I think it might be behind the frame of the bed or something, maybe. So yeah, Mrs. Johnny, you looking gorgeous tonight. Thank you, Linda. Oh, Linda says I look gorgeous. We like Linda, don't we?
We love Linda.
We love Linda. Say hello to Linda. Hey, she's got a little boy. Do you remember you watched a little boy? Do you remember? So yeah, right, the Adam Smasher TOLS is my rap channel. Okay, cool. So I will check that out after this live stream. I will go on and check that out. But yeah, let us know if you've had any positive experiences from COVID, from lockdown, and if you've had any negative as well. We'd like to know how it's affected you, and if you've got any tips on how to kind of get by. Because obviously being stuck in the house with just maybe one person or a family, it can be really, I don't know what's the word, monotonous, is that the right word? Just kind of samey, and we've spent a lot of time sort of doing YouTube, watching films. Obviously we've got to watch this one grow up, which is nice. He's nearly 9 months, so we've got to see him sort of grow and learn new things, which has been nice. We've not missed out on anything. I don't know what he's doing at the moment. What are you doing, Bubba? Do you want that? Yeah? Do you want that? But yeah, it'd be interesting to know from you guys how you found it, because I know a lot of people have struggled, but then some people it hasn't really affected them, like they're normally home anyway. For Johnny works nights, so he is normally home, but I feel like because he's now sleeping in the night, he's not working in the night, it's a lot, he's got a lot more energy, and like he's awake in the day to do stuff. So yeah, I started my channel 3 months ago. I have 540 subs. Oh, okay, that's good. Still growing. Old School Patricia.
Oh yeah, that's really
so she's
good.
Concerning your songwriting, you could sign up as a member of ASCAP or another Music Writers Association. It's basically how songwriters get paid to write for actuals. Okay, I've never heard of that, because I have kind of like, I've done Google and like how can I get my songs heard, but it all sounds like, have you seen Coyote Ugly, where she has to like sing her own songs in public for them to be heard? But I don't even know. Do you know what? I don't even know if my songs are any good.
Just give him that. I know he won't
yeah?
Let's see if he likes that. It's small. You can spit it
Small
out.
dummy. Yeah. That's alright. Just sit down.
You want a fan?
He'll break it. Right, so Old School Patricia, one of my videos almost went viral on Chadwick Boseman. See, that's a good idea because it's a not a hot topic, but it's obviously like it's big to people. Positive, we get to save more money. Negative, wife spends more money. Okay, so now, see, this is interesting because you've swapped over. So now I'm talking to Ray. My wife spends more money. Well, online shopping. So, we still need our clothes and our treats. I actually have. Do you know what? I can't wait to get back out and go to Primark. I know that it's like open and everything, but I haven't been yet because I'm still kind of trying to keep my distance because I don't believe for a fact that it's over yet. I don't think it's gonna get really bad in my opinion. I think we've had it now, and I think it's just a matter of being careful. But no one knows, do they? Say someone like Rihanna picks up your words every time the record gets radio or show play. It gives you royalty. Picks up my words. So if I wrote a song and she saw it and liked it, I'm gonna look into that when this live stream's up. I will come back and read the comments, and I will have a look at that website, ASCAP. So, okay, it's interesting. Cool. That's really interesting. Do you want this dummy, Bubba? Do you want this dummy? You not found it?
No.
Just come and sit back.
Sure.
Right. He's got one now, yeah. This will do for now.
You don't like it?
Well, it doesn't matter. If we can't find it, there's nothing we can do.
Okay.
So anyway.
That's annoying. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was hunting.
Did you check behind the headboard?
I tried. I looked everywhere.
Just need to try and remember.
I literally looked everywhere and could not find it absolutely anywhere. So sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much. What have I missed?
We've been talking about how to get my songs heard.
Okay.
We've been talking about Old School Patricia had a video that went viral. Did you say
Oh, wow, for
viral?
Chadwick
Almost went
Boseman.
viral.
Yeah. But the thing is that a lot. If you can make a video about something that is topical, you'll definitely get a really, really good amount of traction.
He did Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
We did a whole Kitchen Diaries on that.
I know.
And I didn't know that was him.
So basically, we have, it's been a really. The one thing, do you remember I said at the very beginning that when you have really bad news, something always positive comes out of it. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman died, and he died of I think it's prostate cancer, and they call it the silent killer because a lot of the time people don't even know they've got it, and they only start showing signs once they're too sick. So what it's done is it's brought awareness to that illness. And yeah, I know it's not easy. Obviously, the way to examine for prostate cancer is not the nicest thing, especially for a man who doesn't want to have things in certain places. But what I'm saying is that part of that, what's come out of that, is the development to make sure that we do start looking at ourselves and looking at our bodies and making sure, keeping an eye on it, to make sure that we do things better. So actually, it's come out. In many ways, it's actually been a positive thing. Obviously, no one wants to see someone die. It's a really horrible thing. But in general, his sacrifice may well save thousands of lives now, and to me, that is a powerful thing. That
it's just a shame it has to be that way.
Yeah, but I know because generally,
it's been around for years. So
generally, people don't look and check themselves. You do need to look at your health. You do need to make sure that you do, do things properly, and it can be a little bit difficult when it comes to doing things like prostate exams, that kind of thing. And they call it the silent killer. That's why even I thought to myself, yeah, I definitely want to make sure that I check myself because, well, I can't personally check my own self, but I'd need someone trained to be able to do it, to look up, to look at our health. So it was a good, something positive did come out of it. Mum and Sally's here.
Hi, Mum and Dad. They're both there. I think.
Yeah. Oh, they're both okay. And what's that? Yeah, I did the video 1 month ago on Chadwick and his excessive weight loss. Sarah,
wow.
Listen to this. Seriously, Old School Patricia, listen to this. I saw a picture of him about 2 months ago, and I said he must be losing the weight for an acting role, because obviously you do get lots of actors who increase their weight, lose their weight for a film. So I just assumed that was it. I had no idea that he was sick, and I think in many ways that shows his strength because he didn't make it public knowledge. He just carried on. And so it was such a big shock when he did die because he was very, very, he was very, very, strong and what?
Carry on.
He was very strong and he did whatever he could do for his family, for his wife, and he really did a positive thing. And I think his sacrifice has helped lots of people now because people talk about it now. That's the thing. You know, people don't like talking about prostate cancer because they think the examination's not nice. But now people are talking about it.
I'm watching.
Okay. So, let me see, what else have I missed? Try adding songs on your channel. Best advice I can give it to start. Everyone hates their voice or songs in the beginning. Oh, is that conversation you had with him about music, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Anissa, Johnny, I love your shirt.
Hmm?
I love your
Oh,
shirt.
right, yeah. She is crazy, though. We've already established this. Yes, she is crazy. What was that? Yeah, I did the... I was shocked that an old video of Chadwick Boseman got so many views. Thing is,
people are searching
people
for him now
search,
for
aren't
the
they?
story.
For some, it will be, who is he?
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
For some, do you want his bottle?
No.
For some, it will be, who is he? For some, it will be just trying to get content about the man. Because for some, it's just, some people only will remember him from, so it wasn't that my wife said that the dummy was in the bedroom. So
But do you know where it was?
I don't know.
You did that.
She's trying to blame me for hiding the dummy.
You tidied the sofa and you just shoved it there with all his stuff.
Anyway, my wife was trying
That's
to
why I went
blame
to go
me
and look,
for
I had
the
a
dummy.
feeling it was going to... You
But-
always do that. He moves stuff and then goes, where is it? And then I'm like, you moved it.
I don't know what
You
she's
can
talking
fuck
about.
me behind.
But obviously he's people want to know about who he is, and so now there's lots of content. So sadly, you made a video about him, and now it's become famous, which is quite insane to say. Right, so what's that? So much so that I procrastinated for 3 years before I started releasing songs. I've grown so much, and I have so much to learn. But you have to start. Yeah, and I think that's right. If that's your passion, then yeah, definitely. I think maybe over a year ago, Sarah said to me that I should start my YouTube channel. Over a year ago, and I just was like, it's not in my frame of reference to even think about doing it, and I just carried on, and it was the virus that ended up making me do it. So yeah, you can, but do you know what? Sometimes things happen for a reason. Sometimes things happen at the right time for you. For you, obviously procrastinating. Now you're producing content and you're happy with it. Yeah, you may not like your voice, but hey, if you end up getting royalties and making some good paper, you don't care, right? So we were talking about relationships and the quarantine and how it's affected. When I talk about relationships, I don't just mean relationships with your spouse or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm talking about relationships in general with your mates, with your friends.
Yeah,
how has it changed for you? And have you seen things that you didn't notice before? I mean, one thing that could it be about your time management? Did you spend a lot of time with certain people and then suddenly you weren't able to? You can't put your mouse on. That is mummy's makeup.
It's a lip thing.
Lipstick, yeah, okay. But you can have that though, son. You can have that. Yeah. So guys, we are literally we're picking your brains. We're trying to work out how you deal with it. How has it been? For some, you're still under lockdown. You're still under certain conditions. It's not going to be easy for everyone. How are you finding it? Let us know. Sorry, Baba. I'm going to put this on your top. I don't want it to fall off. And sorry about that noise if you can hear it. A car alarm has just gone off outside of our building. So if you... Son, can I touch it, please? Can I touch it? Yeah. So if you can hear that noise... Is it you don't want it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Put that on there. Good boy. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. We were trying. If you can hear that noise, I can only apologise. It is a car alarm that's just gone off. My husband loves that I am doing YouTube. He supports me, and every now and then gives me a topic to do. That's brilliant.
That's good.
That's really good.
It's good to have support.
Yeah, I have a video coming out tomorrow about that exact same subject, which is quite interesting. I wanted to actually upload the video yesterday, but I had some major issues with my streaming. So I couldn't even go live on my own show yesterday, and fortunately I think we've sorted it out now, so it's a lot better. But we're tackling that subject because I think you need support. I think it's really important if you are doing something like this, which is a big task. It's a big thing to do. If you can do it, then it would be nice if you can get some support, especially doing YouTube. So well done to you, Old School Patricia, and again, thank you so much for supporting me in my live stream, supporting my wife as well. We really do appreciate it. I think he's going to go to sleep, which is amazing because this happened to us the last time, that he gets a bit grizzly, and then he goes off. So I think you may have to just.
That's all right. See how he goes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite there yet. You're too kind. You're too kind, Johnny.
Am I?
Oh, I don't know. It could be old school Patricia because she's checking out his channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone is very kind.
Someone is kind. Yeah. But yeah, you know what? As I said, we are all. This is the thing about a small YouTube community. If you're a small YouTuber, you're learning kind of like as you go along, and it can sometimes be quite difficult because you're trying to work out, you know, what are the right thumbnails to have, what topics to talk about. Like old school Patricia said that her husband helps with topics. Have you ever been at that situation where you're like, I want to film, but I don't know what to film? If you've got someone in your corner saying, well, why don't you do this? Yeah. How helpful is that? You know, that really, really helps you. It will get you to, you know, produce even more content. Because remember, content is content. Cannot stress that enough. If you can even put anything on the video, as was said, an old video, which I don't know how old the video is of Mr. Bosma. I don't know how old it was, but it was content, and you've made it, and you've already made lots of videos since then, and yet guess what? Now it's picking up traction and people are watching it again, which is quite crazy. What does that tell you about your content? It tells you that you may well have a video right now that could potentially end up going viral because of situations, because of trends, because of what's going on in the world right now. So, do you want to take him?
No, yeah.
Yeah, go on. He's going to fall off in about 2 minutes. He will literally conk out in 2 minutes. I can see it. Me and Ray are actually exercising at home for our new intro coming soon, which COVID did stop us from going to gym right now, but I feel like the good outcome was still exercising at home. Yeah, because believe it or not, Ray, I spoke to Ray and he did actually say that you guys were very athletic. You did lots of you did a lot of things to keep yourself physically fit. But being a mom, being a busy mom, 2 kids, having to run the home, having to do all the things that you're doing, having a YouTube channel that you've got to keep updating, having to deal with teething kids. I mean, this is not easy. You've got a lot on your plate to try and deal with. So yeah, it's not easy. Cruz family, welcome to the stream. The timing could literally. My wife just walked out right now because my son is at that stage of the making the noise where like that. I don't know if this is what they do. This is my theory. I think babies make noise to try and keep themselves awake. Because my son, as soon as he starts to get a little bit tired, he starts to go, and he gets louder and louder and louder. It's almost like if I shout loud enough, that will keep me awake. I don't know. Do your kids do the same? Is this a universal thing that children do, or are your kids the sort of kids that just as soon as they're tired, they just fall asleep and you put them to bed and that's it? I don't know. Let me know how good are your kids when it comes to sleeping, because our son, he sleeps. I call it's like micro sleeping. I say micro sleeping because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like he can sleep for 20 seconds, wake up, and then he's recharged. It's like his battery recharges after 20 seconds. I don't get it, but I think it's partly to do with the fact that he has the same genes as his dad, and I'm pretty much the same. Energy. So very little sleep, lots of energy on very little sleep. So my son obviously will probably be the same as me. Yeah. So how are you doing, Cruz family? How is life? How's your boy? How is everybody in the stream so far? Thank you so much. They scream when they want something. Okay. Well, he just screams when he wants to sleep, when he wants to fall asleep. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he screams for pretty much bottle, nappy change, play, attention. But when he wants to sleep, he just goes, and he just makes that noise, and then he'll do it to a certain point, and then he'll just stop, and that's when he's asleep. Facts. Exercise is very therapeutic as well. My siblings and I are active competing martial artists. Wow, martial artists, and quarantine trashed our whole season. We were so super disappointed as well, as we were supposed to fight each other. No, that's quite impressive. Yeah, so what it seems like is the one thing I do know is that for many people, COVID literally put a pause on a lot of things. It did. The norms that we're so used to all got put on hold. Most of us haven't travelled. We haven't done a summer holiday this year, so we would usually go abroad. We'd go somewhere. Last year we went to Spain, we went to Croatia, We visited other countries, we visited other places in other years gone by. There's lots of things that we would have done that we haven't done now. And I think it's like a vacuum. What did you fill that space with? What did you put in the gap when you would have been doing normal life? Because this is the new normal. Now, the new normal is... I'm so sorry about the noise, guys. If you could get an alarm, I think it's an alarm for... It's a shop, and their alarm is going off, and I haven't turned it off yet. So I can only apologise, because I can imagine that noise is literally beaming through my microphone and into your ears. So I must apologise about that, guys. So sorry. Live. Can't factor those sort of things in, can you? So enjoy him while he's still super small, because you go through levels with kids as they get older. Yeah. Internationally, so working out took away the edge of frustration. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So going back to Cruz's point, yeah, they are great. He's growing so fast, and especially if you knew, his birth. We nearly lost him as a baby, and that was really quite traumatic. And so it's always been very special to us, because we know that in many ways he is a miracle baby. And for the first week of his life, he was in intensive care. What's it called? The the neonatal ward, and he wasn't with us. And obviously, it was really, when he was born, he came out, and we didn't even know if he was alive. I mean, that's crazy. So we feel like, we can't hear it. Okay, well. Unfortunately, Sally, I can. But thank you so much. But there is the local shop alarm is going off, and it's doing my head in. But my microphone is quite good. I don't know, maybe it's not picking it up. But either way, I can only apologise, guys, if you can hear that noise. So sorry about that. My babies just get fussy, lol. Like my 9-month-old makes noises, and my son, which is almost 2 years old, will sometimes cry, or he gets clingy. Yeah. Yeah, I think... oh, wow, Sarah, you look exactly like your husband. Okay, so, Adam Smasher. Hannah is Sarah's sister. If you see any Myers in the chat, they are Sarah's family. So, Hannah is obviously Sarah's sister. And Sally Myers is Sarah's mother. So, yes, there will be certain sarcastic comments in the chat, because they have license for it. Hannah Myers, how are you doing? How are you? Well done for being here and hanging out with Mrs. Morrison and Mrs. 2025. Thank you so much. Amazing. Happy your baby is great. Yeah, as I said, I don't know what you call it. What was the thing he had again? Can you remember? So basically, he was born with sepsis, or he had sepsis, and he had a do you know that thing where they... Well, first of all, the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, which was, first of all, really touch and go, and really worried about that. Then, because he was in distress, he breathed in the womb, and obviously he took in a lot of fluid into his lungs. So that in itself was just scary. So when he came out, he wasn't breathing, and obviously because of the what's going on inside the womb, he ended up getting sepsis, and for a good week he was just a weak baby, and we were just really worried about him. But thankfully, the doctors at the hospital where he was born, they were switched on, and pretty much as soon as he was pulled out of the womb, he was straight away being looked at and resuscitated. And yeah, it was really scary. And so we do kind of spoil him a little bit, because obviously we know how he is, but he's grown up and he's getting so big, and yeah, it's just amazing. It really is just an amazing story, really scary story, because you don't want that. You want your child to be born and just come out and be perfectly healthy and fine, and to know that he had all these cables, all these wires in him, and yeah, it was not nice. We were so worried about him, but thankfully now he's healthy, and his hair is just growing. He's just a really healthy boy, so we're really grateful for that. But yeah, so let me see. Ours is starting to understand exactly what we say now. So now we have to tell him exactly what not to do, and he's going through that spoiled change. That, hey, you need to listen to Daddy and Mummy. Yes, and Mrs. Morrison has successfully put our boy down. So she's on her way back. Let me see. Wait for it. Ta-da! Mrs. Morrison is back. He's a miracle like my brother. Allah blessed him. Ah, okay, so Adam, so you're a Muslim. Are you? Okay, I did not know that. Okay.
Hi, Nana.
Because as they are getting bigger, we've been spoiling them since they were small. So that's all they know. So they stop listening. So you've got to start letting them know that it's not something they do. Yeah. Wow.
Hi, Cruz family.
Yeah.
Is it D?
No. Yeah. We don't know.
I was just trying to understand exactly what we're saying. So much exactly what not to do. It's going for that spoiled change. That, hey, you need to listen to daddy and mummy.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't kill him. Hey?
I don't know.
That is better way to do this by speaking, and he's starting to get it. It's just.
What happened there? I wasn't even talking. It's like she was zip it. I didn't say
that was a
anything.
fly.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
So they started to take away tablets, Xbox, gadgets, and stuff. Do you know what? We tell him off, and he laughs at us.
Yeah, I mean, he does know.
But he is a baby, so
yeah,
he'll learn. But
I think it's one of those things of you want to teach them. They need to know what's right and wrong, and a lot of the time you're just trying to save them from falling over or doing things that they're not meant to do. Don't touch. You know, if you crawl that far, you're going to fall off the sofa. You're going to fall off the bed. You're going to fall on your head, and he still does it. But there's a part of me as well, and I don't know if this is just a man thing, but there's a part of me that wants him to sort of rough up, you know, sort of like, yeah, he's going to fall over, he might hurt himself, but at least he'll be stronger next time. And yeah, and I don't want him to break his neck, but I do want him to, I don't want him to be weak. I don't want him to be soft. I want him to sort of be, you know, from an early age, if you let him sort of like get a bit of knocks as he does things, he'll learn, won't he? My theory, anyway, I don't know if that's true, but I'm just saying that mummy, you know, spoils him a lot more than I do. I tend to be like, yeah, come on, you can do it, because he's got to have two different. I want him to get all the love from mummy, and then, you know, he gets to know what a man should be like, and I'm trying to teach him from early. Yes, son, even though you're only 9 months old, I'm going to show you how to be a good man from the very beginning. If you start them young, then they will never leave the path. Johnny said you successfully put Brandon down. Okay.
That's why she said no, don't kill him. Wine, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been one of them days.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right. So, my son was Miracle Baby too. So I understand. Yeah. I saw you put a video up on your channel. I was speaking to Ray about it this morning actually. Yeah. It's wow. What do they call that thing where they breathe it in?
He pooed.
Oh, he pooed.
So it's meconium aspiration.
A meconium aspiration.
Because he pooed, he swallowed his poo.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. So he came out, and you know, it was
every contraction was strangling him.
Yeah.
And at one point they couldn't find his heart rate, and when he was born, like he just wasn't breathing.
Yeah.
And they had to try and resuscitate him, and then I wasn't even able to hold him. It was like, do you want to quickly see him before we take him to the NICU unit?
Yeah.
And Johnny was like, yeah, I want her to see him.
Yeah.
So they put him on me. I smiled for the camera. They took him straight away. I didn't get to see him until later that day because I didn't want to go on my own because I was in so much pain. So I said I'll wait till Johnny.
Yeah.
I think there was one time when I went and sat with him on my own because I was so upset, and I wanted to do skin to skin, and I was like, they're not really in the NICU unit. I felt like they weren't letting me hold the baby I just felt like they were watching you, and I was like, I just want to go and be with my baby, and it feels like there's these restrictions. So one of the midwives, she was really good. She said, I'll bring you down, and we'll tell them you're going to do some skin to skin. So she took me down and said she wants to do skin to skin with her son, and I just sat there on my own with it. And do you know what? It's emotional when you think about it, like having to go down to that room and he was wired up.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that he's here today. I'm getting emotional.
Drink more wine.
Oh, that's not going to help me.
I think what it is that you obviously it was a difficult time, and I always feel like we are now. We've now got a boy. He is now a boy. You know, he's rough. He makes his noises, and he wants to, you know, he's a boy. And I always feel like, I think it was what Adam Smasher said. You want your children to grow strong because they're going to need to be. As it said, this world is not easy, and I feel like he's going to need to have, as long as you know. There are lots of children out there, unfortunately, that do not have role models. And I'm a great believer that you need to have positive role models. If you can have a positive role model in your life, it's worth its weight in gold. And a lot of children either don't have parents or they grow up and it's difficult. And Brandon's fortunate. Mum and Dad, we're married, we're together. We both love him, and he's getting support from both of us. But I think we love him in different ways. I always look at it as he gets all his mummy loves and hugs and, you know, all the softy things from you. And with me, I give him hugs as well, but I want him to know that Daddy is still... I'm not disciplinarian. I'm not like, right, you will now give me 20. But I just want him to know from the get-go that when you kick off and start screaming... Because he does, he cries. He'll be crying. I'll look at him and he'll be like... And he'll just stop, because he knows he's messing around. He's not being real. He's just messing around because he knows Mummy's soft. But with me, he's like, oh... And whenever me and him are together, he doesn't do anything like that, which is weird. That's what But as soon as Mummy walks through the door, what does he do?
He fusses because he
straight
wants
away.
me.
Quite
he knows
literally.
I'll go and pick him up, cuddle him.
Straight away. He'll be with me, and we'll be playing and messing around. And then as soon as he sees Mummy... And honestly, he's got like a sixth sense. I do not know how he does it. He won't even see Mum. Mum will
or
be...
hear me.
Or
like, I'll sneak in and he'll just know I'm there.
And he'll know, and he'll turn around and... Yeah! It's brilliant. It is brilliant. Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. And so, all I can say is that we are very, very fortunate to have
We
him.
are.
And
The thing is, there was nothing wrong in the pregnancy. The whole pregnancy,
Yeah.
they said, got a healthy, happy baby, no
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Every check we had came back really well.
Mm.
It was literally just when I went into labour, the cord just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the contractions were strangling him.
So what was really weird, because obviously by this time you were very tired, and every single time that they would tell Sarah to push, his heartbeat rate would basically drop. It would just go right down. And I remember, and I'll never forget it, I'll remember the look on the nurse's face when she understood what was going on, because obviously we're not trained, so we don't know what these nurses are amazing people, and we have utmost respect for nurses and doctors and what they do, but they were very professional, because when they knew they knew what was happening before we knew what was happening. One of the nurses immediately worked out every time Sarah pushes, his birth rate, his heartbeat is going. Was it going down or going up? I can't remember if it was going down or going up. Obviously, I can't remember now.
I couldn't find it.
But initially they couldn't. Yeah, it had gone down. So his heart rate had gone right down, and they were thinking that's odd. And then it was just one moment where the nurse just went, yeah, hitting the panic button, and basically from that moment on, it was just sort of out of our hands. There was all of the team were there. They had the resuscitation incubator thing. They brought that into the room. They had everything ready, and literally,
it was crazy. I'm lying there, with my gas and air, and my water, and literally they were like, they pushed an emergency button, which I didn't know they'd done. But all of a sudden, the room had three midwives to suddenly having like 5
12.
midwives,
Loads of people.
and then 3 doctors, male doctors.
Yeah.
And I was like lying there with my leg because I'm like, okay.
And they got stirrups.
And and literally it was just.
I think that
it was crazy, and they literally said you have to get him out now.
Yeah.
So I think I got him out in 3 pushes.
Yeah.
I think the first push I was very close, but didn't quite. Second push, his head came out. Third push, body, and they just had to pull him out and take him straight away. It was crazy, and I wasn't in labour for very long. I was in labour just over 4 hours. It happened. I literally went from not being in labour to being in intense labour, like I'm ready. So it happened very quickly, and I know they say that it gets quicker. Like the next one will be quicker. Well, I mean, great for the pain side of things, but actually the fact that it happened quickly didn't help me.
Right.
Because I didn't have time. They have to check your bloods before they can give you an epidural, so I had to wait an hour before I could even get any pain relief. And then because I was so far gone and it was so intense, they struggled to put that in properly. So it didn't work properly, and literally...
Slim Jim. Hey, Slim Jim.
Hey, Slim Jim.
How are you doing? We are just...
come at the perfect time. We're talking about labour and delivery.
Yeah, I want to read Hannah's comment. The world is rough, but the next generation is too coddled. Kids today have everything instead of the basic things that we all grew up with. Yeah, I agree with that, Hannah. It gets worse, LOL. This is Cruz. This is Daddy. Okay, so this is Jay talking with the fussing, but right now he's still small. As he gets older, he understands that when you start jumping on him with that's what we're doing now. Okay, yeah. So I feel like as it always says, the Cruz family, mum and dad together.
Cruz family.
The boy will grow up and have a good rounding. I mean, it's
MAGA family are here. Hello.
Hi there. How you doing? You're right. Yep, that's good. MAGA family, greetings to you. For us, it's good evening. 8:30 here.
Yeah, just
So
gone
for you
8:30.
guys, good afternoon. And Adam Smasher said, I agree, Hannah, half too coddled. I think what it is that you know what it's like when we were young. Obviously, I'm an old man now,
Very.
but when I was young, playing was going outside and making our own fun. So it was, if you had a bike, you'd go out and ride your bike. You'd find a tree, you try and climb it, you fall over.
I love climbing trees.
Yeah, you know, we did things more outdoor but my generation is still the generation that the computer game era came in. So my generation was the generation that actually computer games were, it was play games and be outside, or play a computer game, which was like an Atari, because that's how old I am. And, you know, those sort of games started to pick up, and it was it took away a lot of the things that we're used to. A lot of the things that kids had back in the days, you know, nature, going outside. But then the world got dangerous. And this is the thing, as the world got more dangerous, so our parents and people looking after us realised we couldn't just let you out. We couldn't just leave you to go out and roam. And, you know, when I remember once, I visited some family in Jamaica. And it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and my grandmother had made me something to eat. And I'd had something to eat, and she said, right, I want you now to do some chores. So she said, right, I want you to sweep the garden, sweep out the front, clean down the sides, you know, get some a rag and clean down the banisters. She gave me chores to do, and then once I had done all those chores, she said, right, go out and play. And I was like, obviously I was from England, so I said, go out and play. And go where? She said, where you like, just go and go out and enjoy yourself, because it was a different time. And I'm not joking, I went out, and we were in Portland in Jamaica, and me and my cousin, we went out and we went everywhere. We went into the sea, we jumped off cliffs, we were climbing coconut trees, we were playing around, we were doing so much fun. I even forgot the time. In fact, I only remembered the time when I got hungry, and I came home and I got lunch, and then she said, right, go out and play again. And that was it. There was no worry, there was no fear, there was no mobile phones. If she wanted to find me, she would have done, because there was no way of getting hold of me. But
that didn't matter then, did it?
It didn't matter.
I used to play at the front. I used to play curbsy in the road.
Yeah.
And I used to walk around and go to the local. I would never let my kids play out the front.
Yeah.
I'd never let them out of my sight now.
Yeah.
But did anyone play Knockdown Ginger, where you used to knock on the doors? Did you ever do that? You used to knock on someone's door and run away and hide, and they'd open it. There'd be no one there. I used to be scared to do that, but I did it a couple of times.
What's that? Ours was play Manhunt. Oh, sorry, I missed. What was that one above there?
Oh, but you did.
No,
yeah, that was above there. It was.
Sorry, bear with me somewhat. Sorry.
Oh, but you did good, Mama, and got your gorgeous boy. I totally understand.
Yeah, thank you.
See, now I miss outside.
Yeah.
Ours was play Manhunt or play basketball or play video games. My generation was Nintendo NES.
Yeah, so you're just
and
a
red
little
light,
bit.
green light, 1, 2, 3. What's that?
And red light, green light.
Is that a game?
I don't know that one.
What's
red
that?
Light.
What's that, Jeff? What's red light, green light, 1, 2, 3?
Can't even recognise my boys with these masks. I really hate this mask stuff.
But AL comply.
Yeah. And then what's the other one? The days of my dad being a kid, roaming the city, walking with a wagon, collecting stuff is over. And the thing is, the world was actually more dangerous then. It's funny you say that. I think that the world has become more dangerous now. So I think that's where you and I will disagree. I suppose we have to agree to disagree, because I think just there are lots of things now that. Or, do you know? I don't know. I think what it is there's more things that people recognise now. So, when I was at school, we did have weird teachers. You know, we did have weird teachers that we didn't know why were they weird. Now we'd probably say they were paedophiles, or now we'd probably say they were something crazy. They were weird teachers because there were lots of things that we probably wouldn't have spoken about. There were lots of things that were done behind closed doors that now would never be allowed. There was lots of things that, you know, people got away with then that you couldn't get away with now. So I get what you're saying. I understand that. I feel though that when I was growing up, the world was a different place. Maybe not my generation, but my grandparents' generation and your grandparents' generation didn't lock their doors. They didn't need to. They wouldn't have locked their front doors. Their next door neighbour would have known where the key was and would have let themselves in. There were so many things that we can't do now that their generation did back then, and it's totally different now. And especially, as Sarah said, as our boy gets older, I can't say to him, right, get on your bike, go riding and come back in 2 hours. I'll be too worried.
Yeah.
You know, is he going to get jumped by someone? Is someone going to want to beat him up? Or is he going to get robbed? Or, you know, is anything going to happen to him?
There's a few There's a few people in here saying red light, green light.
Yeah, what is
played
that?
It. What is?
Explain
Someone
what-
explain to me what red light, green light is.
It must have something to do with the street lights, maybe. I don't know. Let us know, because I don't know.
Okay.
I've never heard of that game, so it might... Oh, what's that? What did your... So... What did your mum say?
Same here. I did my jobs before I was allowed to be out with my mates.
Yeah, exactly. Do your chores, and I still do it now. In fact, Sarah will tell you, the first thing I do when I wake up is what?
Use the kitchen.
I clean up. Because I was trained to do that. I was trained, the way I was raised, was you do your housework first, you do work, and then you play. You don't leave things lying around dirty and all that sort of things. And I certainly wouldn't have been able to get away with it anyway. But yeah, I had things, and then it felt like then it could justify me doing stuff. But now we're living in a world now where obviously things are very, very different.
Cops and Robbers.
Cops
Mega
and
Family
Robbers.
used to play Cops and Robbers.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, we used to play Kiss Chase.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you? Do you know we used to play that, but I don't
Yeah.
think I ever kissed anyone or got kissed.
No, I
I
didn't.
must have just been very fast at
I-
running.
I was fast at running,
or
but
a very ugly
I
kid
never-
and no one wanted to kiss me.
Yeah, well, I had the same.
But I did climb trees. I liked climbing trees.
Yeah.
Getting up was fine. It was getting down that was the issue.
Yeah. We have competitive kickball leagues with the whole neighbourhood and use certain trees as bases. I visited our old field, so abandoned now. Yeah, it's a pity. I can't wait to see Brandon.
I can't wait till Brandon is older so we can play poo sticks.
What's Poo Sticks, babe?
I don't know. I recognise it though.
Poo sticks.
If I get reminded, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. We played all kinds of games outside. Jump rope, yep. Hopscotch, yes. Hide and seek, yes, exactly. I grew up with both outside and internet games. Yeah, exactly. As I said, I don't know how old you are, but my generation, the Atari came out, and it was a game changer because it meant that in the long winter months that we have here in fact, no, it wasn't even Atari, it was Commodore. There was Commodore, Atari, and there was something else. I can't think what it was, but it was. And we used to play games in the winter, but we used to go outside during the summer months.
Red light, green light. That,
Yeah.
I'm sure we called that something else at school. We used to play. We played it on the steps of our junior school.
And what is
we
it?
used to step down, but wasn't it called like before someone turns around and if they see you, you're out. They see you move, and you've got to try and get to them.
Yeah, what was that
But
called?
that was a different. We didn't call it red light, green light.
Yeah, what do you call that?
We called it something else. Like I thought they had an animal in the title or something, or a clock in the. It was literally like.
I know.
You'd
And you
stand
go like
there,
that, and
and,
you go like
and
that.
as soon as you
Yeah.
turn, if you saw the move, you're out, and you had to get. We never called that. I need to find out what that was called.
Yeah.
When we played that, but I don't know what it was called.
Pretty much what the others explain. Whoever reached the person saying red light, stop light. Yeah, so we used to play that game as well. I didn't realise that's what you
No,
guys
I didn't.
you guys called that. We used to call it
I don't know.
English people in the stream. Can you remember?
Curtis is here. Do you remember that game?
I don't think Curtis is old enough though. I don't think Curtis would be. Or maybe Curtis is.
We
old.
don't know
It's
how
Curtis.
we don't know how old Curtis
Keep on
is, so we
asleep.
can't.
Curtis,
answer
how
that.
close is
Mr. Wolf?
How-
Was it?
Yeah, it was Mr. Wolf.
Was it? What's the
What's
time?
the time,
Wolf?
Mr. Wolf? 1 o'clock. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 2 o'clock. Yeah, that's exactly what it's called, Mr. Wolf. Well done, Hannah. Well done. As I said, Curtis, how close is Mummy to? Is she now ready to burst? How close is she to the next generation in your family coming into the world?
What's
Let us know.
Jumping elastics. Maga Family Channel, and my mum likes jumping elastics. Freeze tag.
Jumping elastics.
Yes, we used to play freeze tag.
Freeze tag.
When you tag someone and they have to freeze. Okay, cool. That's him done for the rest of the night. Anyway, I don't know how you unfreeze them though, so you could be like that all night.
You got to kiss me.
I'm not kissing you.
You got to kiss me.
Is that how you unfreeze someone?
Yeah.
That's my whole.
Thank you. On the cheek, you know, I'm expecting lips and getting the cheek. Unbelievable. Finally. Well done, Hannah. Mr. Wolf, she's spamming the chat because we said it and she kept saying it. Sega.
Sega, I used to play Sega.
Yeah,
and
Mega Drive,
my
Master
brother used
System.
to watch me.
Yeah, I had a Sega, I had a Master System, a Mega Drive,
Yeah.
I had a Sega Saturn, and I think I had a Dreamcast. I went through all of the Sega games, and then I switched over to Nintendo. But before that, I had Commodore 64, Spectrum,
You are really showing your age.
I had a Spectrum 128K. Nice freeze, exactly. See, it was a good freeze. Unlocked by kissing. Poo Sticks is throwing.
Oh, throwing a stick off the bridge and then you run over the other
Ah.
side and see who's.
See, that's because you guys lived in the country. There was no. Well, we had River Thames, I suppose. Yeah. But that was any time now. Literally could be close as tonight.
That's
wow,
so exciting.
That's so exciting.
Do you know what is frustrating though? When you think it's so close,
Yeah.
and then weeks later you're like,
yeah.
Because I remember when I was pregnant,
I think you've been induced,
I was
haven't you?
convinced. Yeah, I was convinced Brandon was coming early, and I was in so much pain. I was like, this can't get any worse. He's got to. I feel he's coming, and I was marking off, like checking off the list, all the symptoms just before you go into labour.
So
everything.
So
and I was like, he's definitely coming. And then weeks later, he still did come early. He was 4 days early. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be like 2 weeks early.
Maga family said we had no game system at our house, and it was so much without it.
TV Boy, what's TV Boy?
We had TV Boy.
Hannah says we had TV Boy. I don't even know
So
what
much
it is.
fun without game. Yeah, but the thing is, I remember. I don't. Obviously, I'm a little bit older than you, Allah, I believe. In fact, I know. I grew up without games. Games didn't exist. It was something that happened later on. So I'm the generation that played outside and actually had to make our own fun. And I enjoyed it. But I also did enjoy, playing games as well. But what I found was the minute we had games, it made us more antisocial. Because I liked knocking at my friends like, can you play out? Didn't like that? You'd go to someone's house, ding dong. Is, little Johnny, can he come out? Can he play? And it'd be like,
now
no.
That's what I say.
That was a... Darling, you just embarrassed me on live. I used to play Mr. Wolf, and I'm not that old. Hey, okay, so it sounds about right. It's a waiting game now, and waiting is my downfall. Kit's the pregnant one. Yeah, I'm the impatient one. I know. But obviously she's going to be induced, so you kind of know when it's going to happen, I believe. Is that right? Is that what you said? You've been induced, right?
Yeah, when you're induced, you don't know when. They start it off, but it's more painful, and it still could take like. My cousin was induced, and she 4 days later, they had to give her a C-section because she just ran out of energy. The control that plugged into the TV and had 100 games. Yes, I remember that. But those games were games that we used to play on like Atari and stuff like that. You guys reminded me, so I will show Amelia now my skills. Yes, show Amelia your skills. NES, Genesis, Dreamcast, PS1. PS2, PS3 were my sisters in a nutshell. I remember Tamagotchi.
Yeah, Tamagotchi. Oh my goodness, we're going back in the...
We had our own little pets and we had to look
Ding
after
dong
them.
ditch. Did anyone play Paperboy? Did you play Paperboy?
No.
You didn't play Paperboy?
Stop shouting. Why are you shouting? The baby's asleep.
You didn't play Paperboy?
I've never heard of that.
Did anyone play Paperboy? Please, could someone say that you played Paperboy? Please say someone here played Paperboy. And Furby. Okay, before that... board games and action figures. Yeah. Oh my goodness, action figures. Do you remember? What was that cartoon? And it was they were Power Extreme. Ring. Do you remember? Connectorbots. Sorry, Connect. Oh, I can't remember now. G.I. Joe. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh man, this is good.
Cushlings. I have no idea what Cushlings
no.
are.
Before that, board. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. So. We are an older generation, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about some of the things that we did because this are things that happened later on. What is Paperboy?
Yes, what is Paperboy?
What is Paperboy? Okay, when the live is over, type in how good is Paperboy.
Why don't you just explain it? Because I don't know what it is.
It's a computer game. It's a game, and you ride on a bicycle, and basically you would throw a newspaper outside someone's house. So you get points for throwing the newspaper. You know, like when you're doing your paper round. Well, there's a game of it called Paperboy.
You're so sweet.
I know, I'm very sweet, and this game is really good. And obviously, it's very old. What?
Just checking your ring.
Why would I not be wearing my ring?
Because you weren't wearing it on Sunday. I'm an 80s head, drawn many of 80s characters on my channel.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Pogs, I remember Pogs.
Pogs.
Yeah.
I remember Pob.
Pogs, they were like, and you flicked them.
Do you remember the Garbage Pail Kid cards?
Can I just say...
Do you remember?
No.
You don't remember Garbage Pail Kid? Do you remember Garbage Pail Kids cards? Anyone? Does anyone remember Garbage Pail Kids?
Thrifty Angela, hello!
Hello, Thrifty Angela. I don't know if you are like myself. I believe you are younger than I. But do you remember Garbage Pail Kids? Because I'm one of the oldest persons in the stream, and so I'm saying things that people don't know about. Paperboy on the NES. Okay.
I used to play with boys' toys. We used to go over to our neighbour's house, and they used to have like a big Teenage Mutant
Thrifty
Hero
Angela,
Turtles
I
thing.
loved Paperboy. See, me and Thrifty Angela. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Do you remember the movie? What movie?
Of-
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles?
Teenage.
What were you talking about?
I was talking
Were you
about.
talking about a movie?
No, I was talking about Paperboy.
Is there a movie?
No, because Thrifty Angela said, she should play
Okay,
Paperboy.
so if you're talking to me about the
Or Pogs.
oh, there was a Pog movie. No, because it says I collected all the cards. There was no cards for Pogs.
I was
Pogs was the little round
Oh,
disc.
hold on, yeah. Are you talking about Garbage Pail Kids? Who said they collected cards?
Slim Jim Longfoot collected all the cards.
Yes.
He said, "Do you remember the movie?"
Do you know what? I'm wondering if I
Hi,
do.
Hazel.
Hazel.
My
Hazel.
brother played Paperboy on Game Boy.
Yes, Hazel
On
T.
Game
How
Boy,
you doing?
all I played was
Snakes.
Tetris. Snakes was
Ding,
on the
ding,
Nokia
ding,
phone.
ding,
Who
ding,
had the old
ding,
3210
ding,
Nokia
ding,
and used to play
ding,
Snakes
ding,
all the
ding,
time?
ding. Do you remember the movie, Johnny, Garbage Pail Kids? Do you know what? I don't know if I remember it.
Oh, so that's...
I'm thinking that I would have probably watched it, but I can't remember. I just know that I collected the cards, and it was just awesome. I can't believe you don't remember Garbage Pail Kids.
I'm not as old as you.
Bit rude.
You're really old.
Bit rude for life. Used to play marbles in the dirt. We used to play marbles in drains. And try to see if I could get anybody's marbles. Yes, we used to make. Oh my goodness, we used to. You know, like the
Came out in
drain.
87.
A-
I'm
a dra-
curious how old Slim Jim Longfoot is now. I think he's probably near your age.
No,
if he knows
Slim
all
Jim
this.
Longfoot is not my age.
But if he knows all this stuff, I don't know all this stuff.
It is came out. How Slim Jim?
No, you can't ask him.
I can't ask him. I want to know how old he is. But I'm certain
I
that
do
Slim
as
Jim
well,
is not
but-
as old as me. But if he is,
But how does he know all this stuff? I don't know.
because Slim Jim.
It came out in 87. In
Yes.
87, I was 1 year old.
Yes. How old were you,
So I
Slim
was-
Jim, in 1987? That would
You
be.
can't ask him
He
that.
can tell me how old he was. I'm not asking his age. I'm saying how old were you in
But then
1987?
we'll work it out. So you are.
I would like to
asking him.
know.
I look really fat on camera, don't I?
No, you don't, love. You look
I
beautiful.
feel like I look really fat tonight.
You look amazing. You look amazing. Yeah, Slim Jim. Q-Bert. Yes, of course I did. Of course I remember Q-Bert. Oh my goodness, we played on the drains with marbles. Yes, Sally, exactly. I'm old.
Tetris
yeah,
was
but
the
what,
best game.
But what I'm saying, Slim Jim, how old were you in 1987? That's my question. Will you tell me how old you were in 1987?
57.
It's 7. Okay, so I'm.
Hold on.
I'm
trying to work out how old Angela is now.
Yeah, I know. I can already tell you how old she is, but we're not gonna say it on loud.
No, I'm trying to think.
But
of
I
it.
know I am older than you, Thrifty Angela. Because
How old am I? 34, 33,
yeah,
33.
minus Tetris and Russian Melody. Ding 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 ding. I don't mind. I was born on Christmas Eve almost 40 years ago.
You'll be 40.
So you're still a lot younger than me.
Much younger than
And this is
him.
what I'm saying. I look fresh. I look young,
So
and
fresh as a
and my
pea.
wife keeps me young. But I am older than you, my sir. I have seen many more Christmases than you, sir. But yes, ding 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 ding.
Jax.
ding,
I knew
ding.
Mum was going to... I was going to wonder if Mum was
Jax.
going to bring
Is
up
that the one with the throwing of
You
the?
do the ball and you
Yeah.
grab them or something.
Yeah, yeah. Jax. I remember that, Sally. Yes, I remember Jax. Yes. So, this is amazing. What else did we used to play? Snakes, Tetris, on the phones when it became, but I'm trying to think of old games. You know the regulars, obviously Monopoly and.
Yeah.
But what's some of the old games? Hungry Hippo. Remember Hungry Hippo?
Yeah, I used to have that.
Do you remember Space Attack? Space Attack. Do you remember Space Attack? You don't remember Space Attack? Oh my goodness. You're younger than my sister though. How do you know how? Do you know how old I am? Do you know how old I am? In fact, you may well do. But I was in 1987. I was 12. I was 12 in 1987. I was already a man in 1987. So that tells you how old I am.
Pac-Man.
Yes.
I remember that.
Pick up sticks. Yes.
We're too loud. We're going to wake the boy.
It was shouting. He said, "I'm older than all of y'all." I'm older than all of y'all.
In 87, she was 20.
She was 20. Oh yes.
So you are younger
so you're
than
8
his sister.
years older than me. Okay.
No, not his, no, his sister.
Oh right. Okay. In 8, yeah, she was 20. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, but my brother and sister are older than her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun to be a kid. It so was fun. Thrifty Angela. Oh, sorry, no, that was MAGA family. It was good to be. It was fun to be a kid. Yeah, kids don't know. Kids today have no understanding. They have no comprehension of going out and just exploring. You know, just getting on their bikes and just going out and finding stuff. You know, we used to spend hours just messing around with stuff. There was an old abandoned post office area. So there was maybe 2 acres of fields, 2 acres of land with dunes, buildings, and it was derelict. They've built new houses on there now. But when I was young, in an area of South London, this area was derelict. We used to spend hours throwing stones and smashing windows because derelict. We used to climb. Obviously, there was loads of times when we'd fall over and hurt ourselves and have to go home and get, like Dettol. For you guys, iodine. Oh my goodness. How many times did I get iodine on my knees because I'd fall over and lose my skin on my kneecaps or on my elbows?
Did any of the ladies in the chat used to play Dream Phone and try and find out which of the guys on the card fancied you?
I've never heard that one.
That was so cool.
So I'm the baby of the group. Kit Vlogs, how old are you?
We're talking to
that was
Curtis,
mobile
aren't we?
phone when we first started climbing out.
Yeah, it was on Nokia 3210.
Yeah, I'm with the baby of. I'm the baby of the group. How old are you, Kit? Let me Kit Vlog. Is that Kit or
That's
Curtis?
Curtis.
How old are you, Curtis? We had fun when we were kids. Yes, they do not unless they are out.
Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing as well. Is that Pokemon the game where they can go out on a mobile phone?
Yeah.
So listen to this. It must have been about a year ago. Do you remember? We saw, and I'm not lying, we saw about 20 people outside our flat.
Full-grown people, like his age,
my
older,
age, and they had
playing Pokemon
and are walking around.
It's
just
ridiculous.
Just walking around, just trying to collect Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. We had games with girls back in Russia. We would make hole in the ground, but put some cute stuff we could find outside, flowers, bottles, caps, and put in the hall and cover it with some broken glass. But the thing is, I know it's going to sound weird. I believe I'm speaking to the lovely Ella. Your winters are quite harsh, so there was a lot of time where you weren't outside, right? Because obviously, I mean, are you from Moscow, or what part of Russia are you actually from? But your winters were quite bleak, so there was a lot of time where you would probably. And would you go skiing? I mean, what sort of things would you?
Sorry, Angela.
What?
She said, I play Pokemon, LOL, and I was like, it's ridiculous. It's just not for me.
My bad. Let's ding dong ditch. Ding dong ditch. Is that
That's what he said. He said,
And the moral of the story is get a younger wife.
Who said that?
Roger, that's Mr. Morrison. Hold on, is that
a young wife? Roger, that.
Oh, hold on, Roger. Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah, he did get a young wife.
I agree. So obviously, I am a lot older than my wife, but yeah, and she keeps me young because obviously I am old, but I'm young at heart, and I think most people. In fact, I was quite. I thought I heard him. Oh, okay, sorry. I stopped there because I thought I heard the baby.
I'll talk quieter.
Okay, I am. What was I saying? What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
There's a age gap between us. You're a lot older than me. And
see, that's how I know I'm old. Because
you can't remember what you
said. I can't remember what I was
saying.
Oh, literally 10 seconds ago. Oh yeah, I was going to say to I was going to apologise to Thrifty Angela because Thrifty Angela said that I play Pokemon. My bad. I'm so sorry. But it was weird though because we were seeing these grown people outside just walking aimlessly, like, yeah, I've got to find it. I've got to find. And we were like, what? And we realised we were playing Pokemon. So, do you do that?
So we've got, hold on, Angela plays because her son plays, and she just got hooked. Sally Myers, when I was very young, we played with cutouts, dolls we could put different outfits on. My nan used to do that. She'd get catalogues, and she'd cut out all the clothes, make tags, and she'd cut out the faces of people and stick them on pieces of card, and then we'd put them in outfits and stuff. She had a massive bag full of cutouts, different ladies and different clothes with that was good fun. We enjoyed that.
So ask them, do you need a fridge? They would say no. We say, okay, we'll come and pick it up from you. Is this about putting the stuff you put in the ground? This is what I'm saying. What part of did you answer? What part of Russia? What part?
No.
Not yet. Okay, because I'd love to know.
I'm from I'm from one place.
Crimea. Oh, you're from the Crimea. Oh yeah, no, that's down. That's way down. That's
my childhood phone number is the same as it is now. That's what I thought.
Hold on, isn't the Crimea in
I don't know. Don't ask me.
That's where there was a war, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
wow.
the Crimean, yeah.
That was where oh, I forgot. What's the country called?
I don't know, dear. You're asking me something.
It's gone out my head now, but I think so. I mean, Alla, how long have you been in America? Because were you there when there was the troubles, like when obviously like the Russians went into some area of the Crimea and what's the place called? Not the Kremlin. I can't remember now. But were you there when there was troubles? And obviously that's quite a scary time. So I don't know. Let me know, because that's it's about funny. You find out so much in these things like these chats, but that's quite insane. Ukraine. That's what strength. Yeah, the Ukraine. Thank you, old school Patricia.
10 years older than me. It works out great. Yeah, that's pretty much the age gap between me and Johnny.
It's 11 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 11 years.
I'm 11 years. I'm 11 years older. When my wife met me, she thought we were the same age, didn't you?
Yeah, he didn't tell me his age till after we got married.
Yeah, I waited until the wedding night, and I said, "Babe,
I'm old."
I'm old.
And I said, "How much are you worth?"
And I said, "I'm worth my weight in gold." You just clipped my slippers off.
He answered me, and I went, "Oh, how old?"
There was no war, but Russia.
We've got someone new.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Angela Figueredo.
Hi there, Angela.
It's Thrifty Angela. It's not someone. I have to drive my niece and nephew home, so I'm listening from my phone.
Cool.
I thought someone new.
So you have another channel. I didn't know you have 2 channels. Awesome. Yeah, sorry, there was no war, but it was Russia went in there because to try and stop. There was some troubles, I believe.
I would love to play MASH if you know what that is.
But you've been there for 20 years. Ah, right, okay. So that's why. Yeah. Me and my wife only played when she was pregnant, so she can walk around. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing, isn't it? Next time we have a baby, we'll play Pokemon to keep you active. Yeah, how about that?
Really? I think I'll be like, yeah, I'm not that fussed about collecting Pokemon.
Yeah, but you've got to catch them all. No, I'm here for over 20 years. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we have gone back down memory lane.
Yeah. And nostalgia going on.
A bit of nostalgia, and it's nice when you go back in time because you realise that the kids of today, they have no idea. Right now, the kids, what do? They get home, they kick their uniform off, and what's the first thing they do is they press power on and they go online and they put their headphones on and they can... See, do you know, I remember the days when if you wanted to play with someone on a game, they had to come round to your house. There was no online gaming. Online, that was for rich people. Rich people had internet. When I was... Do you know, I am older than the internet. And that's what I think is amazing. I'm older than Google. I'm older than YouTube. I am older than the internet. Yes, I am. When in my day there was no such thing as email. It was you wrote a letter. You put it in the letterbox.
I still do that. I love writing letters.
You like writing letters?
Yeah.
Yes. But now, alas, if I want to tell you something, I can tell you straight away. You know, an argument can be started and finished in 30 seconds. But in my day, an argument would take 6 months. But what I found interesting was my grandmother used to write letters to her family in Jamaica. And what I always used to find fascinating was she wouldn't know that someone had died until reading a letter. You know, this person had died. She wouldn't know until she... Now imagine that, she'd open a letter, which obviously took days to arrive through airmail, and then she would read it and be like, oh dear, this person's died, or, you know, this has happened, or this person's had a baby, or, you know, there were lots of different things that have happened. Now, someone dies, I'll know in nanoseconds, won't I? Mm. I could find out in a group, in a WhatsApp group, or I could find out online. You know, the world has become a much smaller place, and so lots of things are happening a lot quicker.
So, following the chat, we've got RNA Legacy.
Hey there.
I keep Ray young. MAGA family. That's the reason why I played the game, so I can walk more, but now I started using the car. See, this is the thing.
You use a car to play what?
Pokemon.
Can you?
Yeah. This is why... No, you put it on your magnetic thing, open it up, and when you're driving, you keep checking and you can see. And that's the trouble, because as soon as you see one, you're tapping to collect. That's dangerous.
Wow.
I don't know. It's so crazy. Back in the days, if you want to talk to a girl, you'd have to go to the mall. Now everyone talks on social media.
Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore.
No
but
social
sometimes
interaction with kids. And nowadays, what are you doing? Are you making this song up?
That was a well-known song
no
back in
social
my rap
interaction
days.
with kids nowadays, especially if they want to meet somebody. And it's gotten worse now with the coronavirus. I feel so bad for little ones growing up because there's no social interactions no more.
Do you know, when I wanted to speak to a girl, I would have to go to a phone box.
We used to do reverse charge calls to mum and dad. Every time we were in town, because we could, we would always ring them.
That's expensive.
Can I do a reverse charge call? And then they'd ask mum, can you pay for the phone call? She'd go, yes. We used to do it all the time because we could.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell you right now, like you said, it was, there was no Tinder. There was no swipe left, swipe right. You had to work hard to, meet someone. You had to go out into the street and, graft. There was none of this on my phone and organise a date from my mobile phone. You went into, as you said, you went down to the shops, the mall, you'd see a pretty girl and you would say, hey, do you want to hang out? And they'd say, yeah. Meet me at the chip shop or meet me at the arcade. Arcades! Oh my goodness, the only time you see arcades now is
on holiday.
Is on holiday. An arcade, we used to play Street Fighter. Oh my gosh.
I used to play Street Fighter at home.
Did you play Street Fighter? Please say that you used to play, please, in the chat, if you played Street Fighter, could you please let me know? If you played Street Fighter, how good and what character was you good at?
I was always the girl, because
Sarah Hannah just said, only idiots do that, Sarah.
Mega family, no, I would drive babies
our son, told you, nano sleep. It's so crazy back in, we still read that. In no social interaction with kids nowadays, especially if they want to meet somebody, and it's gotten worse now with the coronavirus. I think Sarah wrote that. No, I would drive to the park and not walk. I don't play games in the car. I have 4 kids with me. Yes, that's not safe. If my game is on, it's linked with the Poco Go gadget to get poke stops. I can't even see my screen where it's placed. Right, okay. That's what I was thinking just today. My kids started school today, so they can't even meet their friends. It's online school. School's officially opened back in the UK today, but that's physical, real school, as in going into school. So I'm assuming that unless the coronavirus calms down, we'll probably have a spike with our youngsters. But obviously they're young, they're strong, they'll fight back. But yeah, it's just crazy that this tool is now just, it governs a lot of things that we do. It gets us in a lot of trouble, but it governs us what we do now, because a lot of the things that we used to have, I saw a photo on Instagram and it had like a filofax, because obviously diary, filofax, mobile phone, letter, it had it just had so many things all around, and then it was a photo of a phone and it said this phone's replaced all of them. And you think you could function without a phone, because you could, but this phone could literally do everything you need to do. We could have done the live stream for this stream today on a phone. We don't need all the setup with lights and laptops and all that sort of stuff. We could have done it just on a mobile phone if we really wanted to, because the phone has become it's such a powerful tool. And yeah, I always find it quite fascinating that phones, when phones first came out, there were bricks. You remember there were people that were having to use 2 hands to hold them, and now phones are really small and they're just, and I don't know, in some ways I feel like they cause more trouble because it's immediate. Things are happening right away. And I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but attention spans of our younger ones is very short now. The attention span of our younger ones is to keep them locked in is very difficult now, and that's partly due to the fact that we live in a world now where things are fast, things are so quick. When as YouTubers, you guys are YouTubers, we have retention rates, and when we look at our analytics, we look at our videos, and we see that some of our videos retention is like 1 minute and 3 seconds. And because of one thing in that video, it was enough for them to go, don't like, next, don't like, next, don't like, next. And you think, wow, like, you've maybe got a video that's 10 minutes long, really, really good, but because of one part of your video that just didn't interest the, what do they call them again? The new generation, I forgot what they're called, millennials, I think they call them, or whatever the local word is now, because obviously there's a new one now because we're in the 2020s or whatever. But what I'm saying is that attention span is so attention span is so short now that it's hard to keep people active for very long periods of time. Roger Myers, hello Roger. I still use a filofax. Well, I did for a while, and now I use a phone. And that's the thing. My mobile phone And because my mobile phone is linked to my cloud, all of my planning is online, and so I can set my calendar. So everything I need to do is online. In fact, I used to always say, I don't know, if you like history, you'll know that every generation, every massive, the Romans, the Syrians, the Babylonians, and all these different leaders, they all get wiped out, but they all leave something behind. So we can look at their generation and say, oh yeah, the Egyptians, they built the pyramids. Oh yeah, the Greeks, they built the Athenian, I think it's called Athenian. I can't remember now, but they left something behind. This generation that we're living in right now, everything that we have is all digital. So in a sense, if there was like a nuclear explosion that wipes all out, there'd be nothing left of us. We haven't left anything behind. There's nothing that we've left. Because, yeah, we've put everything now in a digital world, and digital can be erased, and what will be left? It's quite scary. I feel like our generation is missing a trick. I think we need to look outside. Yes, the coronavirus has stopped us going outside, which is difficult, but I feel like if we could just go back to basics. It's not easy, trying to get a child away from the digital world and getting them into the real world. Actually saying to them, look at this tree, go and climb it. Look at that mud, muddy puddle, jump in it. These are, I don't sound silly, but these are sort of things that I feel our children are going to miss out. And if we, that song, if you tolerate this, then your children will be next. Well, I feel like because we've tolerated it, we've allowed this to happen, that our generation, the next generation of children, will have no connection to bikes. They'll have no connection to, climbing trees and finding out of, chasing after butterflies. And do you understand what I mean? I just feel like we've lost that, and it's sad. And we have seen, and obviously this talk is about quarantine and relationships. This has really highlighted for us just how important interactions are. Because whilst we were not going out, what did we do? What did we do? Ah, yeah, exactly. Reading books. Wow. Sadly, now you're speaking my language. Reading books, guys. How many of you, growing up, used to read a book? Go into your bedroom, find a nice little corner, and start reading. How many? How many of you did that? Obviously, now we live in a world where the attention span is so short that books are just not happening. People don't read books. They'll read short blogs that they can read, they can read in like 30 seconds or less, but not now. I feel that it's sad. Facts keep Mother Nature going by going outside, exploring. Yeah, exactly. We need to go outside. We need to get our children aware of the big outside. I think for city dwellers, it's more difficult because to go outside is a journey. But if you live in the country or you live where you're very close to nature, then you're looking at it from outside your window. So the other day, Sarah, we watched a TV show, and I think it showed the stars in the sky, and I said to Sarah, we can't see those stars because we live in a very built-up area, and because we live in such a built-up area, the light pollution blocks out the stars. But the minute you drive out and go out into the country, there's no pollution, so you literally can see the heavens for what they are. And there's lots and lots and lots of young people who have never looked up and seen the stars because they live in the cities, and what they see when they look up is a billboard or an advert for the new Jordans or for the next thing that everyone's going to want to buy for their kids. When actually we want to be able to go out and really just enjoy nature. If you can find still does, but I don't. Okay, love reading. I loved Enid Blyton. Wow. I couldn't do that because I shared a room with Sarah. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Hannah Myers is my wife's sister. So she is shouting out Mrs. Morrison and saying that she could not read because Mrs. Morrison would be making too much noise, I assume. Love the famous Five and still read them all these years later. Now, the thing is, when I was growing up, I was reading into comics. I really loved reading comics, and my brother used to collect Star Wars comics. So even before I even watched any of the films, I read Star Wars comics, and that's how I got into sci-fi. And I'm very much a sci-fi guy. I love sci-fi. but I started reading comics. I like books, and that's how I got into history. I love history. If you gave me a book about history, I would read it. Because I really am interested in how we used to live. And because we don't have that memory, we're repeating a lot of the mistakes that our ancestors made. Because we're human, we're making the same mistakes. I love the famous, oh yeah, I read that. So guys, reading a book, exploring a universe within the pages of a book is amazing. Going outside would be amazing. Doing the sort of things that, I would love to be able to implement that with my son. I would hope that when he gets older, I want him to like sports. I want him to like football and, all the sports that most kids get on with. I want him to be active, but I also want him to have a brain. I want him to be educated. Because I feel that I'm educated. I feel that I'm smart enough to be able to understand certain things. And I think I want him to have that as well. Be a critical thinker, look at things as they are and see it and say, yeah, I like that. I think that makes sense. And I think that will be really good. Roger Myers, I still love comics. Learned tons from... I learned about dilithium crystals. I learned about so many things through sci-fi. I really, really did. I remember, I think I was about 8 years old, and my dad bought me a book. And I still have that book to this day, partly because he wrote in it, and obviously my father died when I was very young, so it has a very special place in my heart, this book, because he bought it for me. And it was called Battle of the Great Commanders. And I know you're going to think to yourself, what the heck? But seriously, the book opened up my understanding of, Napoleon Bonaparte and Julius Caesar, and Africanus Scipio Africanus, I think his name is. And there was lots of different people that I learned about, Alexander the Great, and it was just like, wow, these guys are awesome, and it just made me it just opened up my mind. I feel like the youngsters today don't have that. I feel like they have missed out on that, and there is more influence on them to look good. There's more influence on them to be more in tune with what's going on, what trend. I need to have the right trainers, I need to be listening to the right music, I need to be making a video for TikTok. These sort of things that have no intrinsic value. And I hope I'm not offending fellow TikTokers out there. I'm just saying that the value's not there. And I feel like, what are that generation, what will they be like as 40-somethings? Because that scares me. I think if I look at the children today, I think one day you are going to be an adult able to vote. You're going to be able to make decisions that are going to affect millions of people, and I will still be alive. I'll be an old pensioner looking at the decisions of these youngsters and thinking, what are you doing? But it's partly because they don't know any better, because obviously we kind of missed the ball on that one. But I just feel like we have an opportunity here. The quarantine has been horrible. We know that. And relationships have really struggled as a result of it. And it has. The interactions between your loved ones was shut down for a long period of time, and lots of people couldn't go see their loved ones, couldn't go round. Even a hug, you couldn't even do that. The interactions have gone. And the new normal, there's no way. I haven't heard anywhere where they say it's going to go back to normal again. To me, that's what I find most scary, is that no governments yet have said, yeah, we're going to get to normal. It's going to go back to normal. Don't worry. It's going to get back, because even if they were going to find a vaccine, it takes 2 years, I believe, for vaccines to go through clinical trials. 2 years. Animals, and obviously then through humans, and then once it gets signed off and allowed. Well, that's a long time for people to get sick and potentially die from this quarantine. So that means that the regulations that we're doing right now, things that we're doing now, face masks, the social distancing, hot travel. I mean, quite loud. No one can really travel. I mean, there are people that are travelling, but once you go, you'll find that when you come back, you've got a quarantine for 14 days. Oh, sorry, there's been some comments. I didn't see those. Sorry, guys, my chat didn't refresh, so I didn't see any of these comments. Archie Comics. Archie. Do I remember Archie? Is that the Is that the one with the guy with the ears that stick out? Is that Roger Myers? Is the comic with? Is that the one with the guy with like the sort of funny teeth and the ears sticking out? Because if that is, that's not my generation. I just missed that. I can't think what that is. I just remember seeing a comic that my brother had, and it was like a really big grinned young boy, sort of brown hair, and he had really big ears that stuck out. And I think what was the other thing as well? The Beano. I mean, obviously that won't cross over to maybe America, but there was lots of Jug. Oh, that Jughead. Ah, right, okay. So I don't think I know Archie, because I think that's your generation. I don't remember that. But Jughead was the one with the ears that stuck out. I remember my brother, I think, used to watch that, read that, I think, if I remember correctly. But there's lots of different things that we, I think what it is we just don't do those kind of things anymore. Everything that you used to have on paper, you can now have electronically. Everything that we used to do where you have to go somewhere, you could do now online. Mrs. Morrison. You can shut the door. Mrs. Morrison has again dropped our boy into unconsciousness. RNA, I'm so sorry I have to go. Guys, thank you so much. RNA Legacy has to go, so thank you so much.
No worries, thank you for coming.
Betty, Veronica, Archie,
Katie
Jughead.
Tankard's here.
Hi Katie, I didn't see you there. Hello Katie, how are you doing? I think school will be virtual from here on out. No more physical school. It could well be. I don't know. I think that the schools have gone back today in the UK as in physical school. So in the UK, I think Scotland is. I don't know if Scotland are doing it, but I think the UK schools officially opened back today.
I
So-
made it.
Hi there.
You
Hello, I made it. Yeah, we love that. How are you, Erica? You know. Hello, Erica. How are you doing? Thank you so much. We have been going down memory lane today, and we've been talking about lots of different things. Obviously, the title for this was about the quarantine and relationships. So I made it. How has the quarantine affected you? Now, I remember you answered that you did. It was her that went through the drive-through party.
Yes.
So that's the new normal. Cheeto Sandoval, another channel, had a drive-through baby shower. I know that someone else had a drive-through birthday party. So it seems like that is the new normal. The new normal is doing things where you're not close together, but you're doing things that you've got a barrier, wearing a face mask and doing those sort of things. So
Can I put my phone on charge, please?
yeah. Thank you. Why is it nearly dead?
Yeah, it's on 10%.
Yeah, so guys, that was my ramble whilst Mrs. Morrison was looking after the boy and putting him to sleep. So I am now going to drink my beer and my wife's going to take over.
I want some Chinese food.
You want Chinese food?
I really wanted
What,
some.
now?
Yeah, I wanted some. Yes, I'm hungry. I feel like I haven't had dinner.
Have you had dinner?
Yeah, but I
See,
just
I haven't had
don't
my
feel
dinner
like
yet.
I know, but I'm hungry again.
Are you?
Yeah, I want chow mein.
Guys, you're hungry. Right, okay.
I want chow mein.
Do you want half my dinner?
No, I don't want that dinner.
But you cooked it.
I know, it was not. It was nice when I don't fancy that now. I fancy chow mein now.
Also, say I love how you're both playing with baby toys, even though Brandon's in bed. Katie, I'm not joking. Listen, can I tell you? Listen, here's a secret for you. There have been times when I have watched Sarah doing this, because in her head she's holding the baby, but she's rocking. I'm like, you ain't got the baby with you. She's rocking. So it happens. We play with these toys because, well, we like playing with toys. But all I'm saying to you is yes. Sorry, we had a drive-through. We have drive-through McDonald's. Yeah, doing good. I made it. Yes, have had 3 drive-through parties. It's affected us all in the one way or another. Yes, and that's the thing. The whole idea of the new normal. Well, our children, it will be normal to them. See, that's what I worry about, is that the children of tomorrow, that will be their normal. They won't even know a time when you could just, hug your strangers and this, that and the other, because potentially they may well give you a virus that could kill you. I mean, there's so many things now that have completely changed for the better. Don't get me wrong. I think we should always have people washing their hands. I think more people should cover their nose when they sneeze. I think that we're, catch it, kill it, bin it. That was a famous saying from the health board in this country. Catch it, kill it, bin it, get rid of it. Now wash it.
But you know what I don't agree with? Obviously, it's law now to wear masks in public, which is great.
Yeah.
But I still see people coming in and out of the co-op without them, and I think there should be somebody at the door
Oh man,
who
really
says
governing that.
you need to go. if you're not wearing a mask, you can't come in because it's the law. You're breaking the law. You're not breaking the law on my premises. They don't do it.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's law, but it's never going to be governable. What they'll do is they will make some people. They'll punish some people. They'll make examples of some, but generally they won't because it's so hard to police something like that. But yeah, I think that for our own safety now. I mean, I always wonder. In fact, actually, it was in the news a few days ago. An entire flight had been told to quarantine because 12 people who were on the plane had COVID, and because obviously on a plane the air breathing system is central, it's circulating. So basically, whatever air you breathed 5 minutes ago, you're going to breathe it again in half an hour because it's just circulated air. And unfortunately, that was a really sad story. That the whole flight now, all of them have to be they all have to do quarantine because they may well get it. Some people are exempt. Yeah, I think people that have got asthma.
But these are I'm talking about like 2 teenage girls that were stood next to each other.
Yeah, but I do think that. I get what Hannah's saying though. So there are some people, but obviously I assume these people weren't. But who knows? They may well be. But it's for them to prove it. Stores are not able to police people. No, exactly. It's very, very true. And I think that's the point. Is that you might say to someone, well, you should be wearing a face mask, and they'll just say, well, I haven't got it, or I can't be bothered. Whatever the reason, there's lots of reasons why people don't do it. But what we want to do is we want to make sure we do it, and I think that's part of the reason why in different countries now things are going on. If you follow the news, if you really want to know about what's going on with the quarantine, look at the news in India. Your jaw will drop when you realise just how many people have become sick in India, because it's taken a long time to get there, but man, it has gone there now, and it is wiping people out, which is really, really sad. So when we see, oh yeah, the virus is on its way down now, it's not. And if that person in India gets it and then travels, they could potentially end up going elsewhere.
Ooh,
Sarah's yawning is contagious. So is this chap making? Is it boring? Or is it Mrs.
I am tired, and now that the boys are asleep, I'm like, this is. But I'm also
why don't we call it a day?
I think I'm going to go make myself a cheese
what we'll do then
sandwich.
Is we'll call it a day here, guys. We will end the stream here because obviously Mrs. Morrison is tired, and I'm hungry as well. So
I mean, you've got to do the baby's bottles.
Okay, yeah, and I've got to do that
because he hasn't got any now. So I think I'm going to make myself a cheese sandwich, melt it in the microwave, have that. Maybe make myself a cup of tea to take to bed.
So,
actually, no, I'm not even going to have time for tea. I'm going straight to bed.
Can I just say to you, Ella, if you, or if that's Ben, if you go onto the news and just see the statistics of India, at the moment, the hotspots in the world is India and Brazil. Those two countries have the worst. Their spike is insane. I know America is bad, but India is. It breaks my heart that the number of people and the problem. Oh, it's Ben.
Oh, it's Ben.
And Ben.
I thought it was Al.
I can tell you right now that when you realise just how many people have died over there, it just breaks your heart, because a lot of the time, obviously, we are now trying to do our best to self-isolate. A lot of the people in India live in areas where they can't. They share a room, and there may be 4 or 5 people living in that room. And it's very, very difficult. Obviously, don't get me wrong. There are certain parts of India that are richer than some parts of the world. But big chunks of the slums, the virus is spreading like wildfire. So just do your research, and you'll be absolutely amazed. Honestly, it breaks your heart because they're just not able to do anything about it. It's really hard. I went out because I didn't. Katie, take care. See you later. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I need chocolate now. No, I really want a Chinese.
Right, okay. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today on Mrs. Morrison's channel. And if you want to say your goodbyes.
Thank you everyone for coming on and supporting me. It's really nice. And I saw some new names tonight that I haven't seen for a while, so that was nice.
Yeah, it was actually.
But yeah, thank you all for your support. I'm going to go now, make myself a melted cheese sandwich and then go to bed. Because while Brandon's asleep, if I stay awake and then he wakes up, he will just wake up.
Yeah.
If I just sleep next to him, he'll just naturally see me asleep and roll over. So it's best. And I'm tired. You can see I'm so tired. So tired.
Bye, Mum and Dad from Sally and Roger. Take care, guys. Take care, guys. And we will see you in the next live on Mrs. Morrison's channel.
Which will be for, well, probably, I don't know when that's going to be.
Well, we'll do
I don't know when it will be, to be honest.
Well, we'll do it.
Just keep your eyes peeled.
Look out
on Instagram.
Yeah. Take care, people. We'll see it on the community post or on Sarah's Instagram.
Yeah.
And guys, if you're around, check me out tomorrow. I'll be going live again for my 50th live stream. So, guys, take care, be safe, and
stay channeled. I was going to say
see you on the other side, guys. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.